even say? Hello and welcome, my name is Clarissa and this is a channel all about crochet. Today we are going to wrap up our crafty month and we're going to share what we've been working on during the month of April. Thank you for once again being here with me for another monthly craft wrap-up. I'm so excited to share with you what I've been crafting in April and also to hear from you what you've been crafting in April. I know that last month we were working on garments and we were also, some of us, working on blankets, and some of us were just testing the little bit of garment waters in crochet. Before we properly begin any of our crochet crafty chat, I do have some admin stuff. Number one, we're going to be announcing a giveaway winner a little bit later on in this podcast episode, and by that I mean that after we finish our crochet craft chat, we're going to round it off nicely by announcing the winner of our Granny number 5 top giveaway. Now, no, just in case, let's review. I'm not giving away a finished top. What I am giving away is a PDF of the Granny number 5 top and a, the yarn to make it. Woo, sorry, I'm a little bit sniffly. Had to take care of that. The other little bit of admin stuff is that I'm kind of like panicking because May is going to be a big travel month. We're first going to be going to Puerto Rico for my grandmother's 90th birthday, and it also coincides with my dad's birthday because my grandma's birthday is on the 2nd of May and my dad's birthday is on the 4th of May. So actually, while this video goes out live to you on Saturday, the 3rd of May, I'm actually in Puerto Rico currently, so time, what even is it? Not only are we traveling to Puerto Rico at the beginning of the month, but in the middle of the month, we're also, hopefully, still making our way all the way across the ocean to Japan. So, May is going to be a little bit sparse on crafty content. For some reason, whenever I leave my house, my phone doesn't really like to work in terms of Instagram, so I don't know how much content I'll be able to share while I am in Japan, but I do have planned to leave at least 2 videos that are going to go out in May. Did I say March? I meant May. Now, I know I already mentioned the giveaway, but once again, I just want to thank everybody that joined the giveaway, that commented on that video. Your feedback means so much to me, and it really gets my little creative juices flowing in terms of what other stuff we can talk to or you know, create in this channel. And with that, also a huge thank you to anybody that comments and likes, subscribes, leaves little notes on Instagram or any other of my social media platforms. Truly, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know that some of you have been with me for years, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that you've been with me through the growth of the Crochet Cakes channel, from just a lonely podcaster to a mom and me podcast, and then back to a lonely podcaster, where we pivoted and decided, you know, let's just create all the crochet content to keep crafters like me company whenever they craft. So again, thank you for that. Now, before I just inundate you with all the thank yous, we can move on to finished objects, of which I am wearing one. This is my second make in the Granny number 5 top. Originally, I had shared this one in size 1.5, but I said that I really wanted the neckline for size 2. So I just recreated or recrocheted all this Granny number 5 in size 2, and I'm just, you can see more pictures of me wearing the Granny number 5 top right here. I think it came out pretty fantastic. This one is made all from stash yarn, so the main like cerulean Mediterranean sea blue is a cotton cashmere blend. And in the last video for cotton garments, I know that we talked, or I talked your ear off about the cotton cashmere blend, but I really like it. I do. So to accompany the cotton cashmere blend, what we have is salvage from We Crochet. This is the yarn that I originally designed the pattern with, and that is the kind of greenish yellow known as Thrift Flip. And then itty bitty bitty bitty, we have this wool here, which is a 75/25 fingering weight wool, and I also used it to crochet the neckline. Yeah, I don't really have anything to add about this pattern. I made it as per the instructions, and I love it. I don't know if I love it more than the original Granny number 5 top. I think that wouldn't be a fair comparison because the fibers or the fabric created is so different. This cotton cashmere feels a lot lighter, it feels a lot drapier than the salvage yarn from We Crochet. Even though I do have to say that one came out very drapey as well, this one just feels drapier, if that makes sense. So yeah, nothing really much to add about this one. It's all, as I said, stash yarn. I think I had 25 grams, maybe 20 grams left over of the blue, which is my main color. And again, I had left over of Thrift Flip. So one ball of Thrift Flip was enough to make 2 of the Granny number 5 tops, because this is just a contrast color, it is not the main color. Again, in the finished segment, I have a shawl that we've been working on together for a little bit, and thank you, Kaylin, again for helping me name. It is the Page Turner shawl. Now, I'm going to grab it. It's still attached, and you might say, didn't you just say it was finished? Yes, I just thought that maybe I would like to do a single crochet border all the way around the shawl after I finished it and blocked it, but no, I take that back. I actually don't like the single crochet border that runs all the way through it. I much prefer the plain border, but here is the Page Turner shawl. The Page Turner shawl is a triangular shawl that has a column of cables, of crochet cables, and then we pick up stitches on either side to create the wings, and we work a rib, front post, back post, rib to create all this beautiful thing. Now, while I do love the finished product, there's a part of it that I don't like, and you see how it's curling? Yeah, you see how that's curling, right? I have wet blocked this, and I have steam blocked it, and it still keeps curling. So I think now what I'm going to do is actually put it in the washing machine and then put it in the dryer, and then just kind of hope that it all sticks together. It does have 20% wool in it, so I'm a little bit hesitant for it to meet the dryer. But if it does shrink, then, well, I'll just have to purchase more yarn and rework the shawl. But as it stands, the shawl I think crochets up beautifully, and it has a tendency to do that, to just curl in on itself. So I have to play with it a little bit, but so far you can use it, you know, as you would a shawl around your neck. But my intention and my preference for this specific shawl is to use it like so. Just to use it as a traditional shawl, just because I think it shows off all the stitching beautifully. Okay, so this Page Turner shawl, even though it's finished the pattern, I'm going to launch it in fall, and I'm going to take the opportunity to order some different type of sport weight yarn that you may have more readily available in your stash, and crochet up another version of it. I think that would be fantastic. So those are my 2 finished items. As I said, the Page Turner shawl will be a fall pattern release, just because I think that the way that it uses crochet cables and the ribbing, it just feels to me like a fall shawl. And also I kind of want to do a little bit of a photo shoot in a library, because the Page Turner shawl was completely inspired by books. Specifically, I don't know if I told you this part, but specifically it's inspired by the scene in The Mummy where Evie is climbing the library ladder to put away books. Yes, she completely, destroys the library, but that is not our focus here. Our focus here is how amazing Evie is. And I want to be her when I grow up. Right, that is both our finished items, one Granny number 5 top and one page turner shawl. Now, what about works in progress? Yeah, it's a little bit sparse. I'm looking at what I gathered to show you, and I'm thinking if there's anything else that I haven't gathered, and no, our works in progress are very sparse this month. Makes me a little sad. Huh. Right. That just means that, well, who am I kidding? I won't be casting on anything super new in May, even though I am getting the urge to cast on a little knit project, and I'm thinking that maybe because I'm going to be traveling so much in May, what I should cast on is a pair of socks, knit socks specifically. Although I could also take yarn to crochet some socks, because I do have some crochet sock patterns that I want to rework with more readily available yarn and then re-release them. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll take 2 socks for our trips, 1 crochet and 1 knit. That should suffice. Okay, so the first work in progress that I want to share with you is another summer garment. I'm recording today is the 24th of April, so I hope to finish this top, or at least the majority of this top, by the end of April, beginning of May, so that I can write up the pattern in that 1 week that I'm going to be here before we leave again. Alright, I said that and it sounds a little crazy. Alright. Anyway, the point is, this is a lovely summer top, and it is crocheted in Lindy chain yarn. Lindy chain is a chain plied yarn, and it is a linen Pima cotton blend. This is what we have so far. She is meant to be a raglan top-down sweater, as you can see, and the top of the shirt is going to feature some lace paneling, as well as the sleeves. We're going to continue the lace all the way down there, and then when we split for the sleeves, we just continue in we just continue in working in the round. Now, this top, for a top that uses a 2.75mm crochet hook, I know, but I promise it's working up a lot faster than I expected. And I don't consider myself a fast crocheter. I know that some of you will be able to blast this out really, really fast, a lot faster than me probably. But I love the fabric that I've created. So you can probably tell to where I block to, because it's like here to here, it just looks softer, and this one looks more sturdy, more dense, because I haven't blocked that part yet. So if you've ever worked with linen, linen tends to soften the more you use it. So the yoke raglan section, I've actually blocked it twice now. And I'm so happy with how this top is turning out. She's turning out to be a huge, exactly what I envisioned for a summer garment. And I'm debating, I probably won't have enough yarn. By the way, that's another thing I should say. I have to order more of this yarn. But I'm debating on whether or not to make long sleeves. I want this to be more summery, so maybe just the same amount of sleeves like that I made for the Granny number 5 top, which is halfway between your armpit and your elbow. Maybe. I think that would look nice. What do you think? Let me lay it against here. Yeah, just a little bit more of the sleeve, but I think you could do long sleeves if you wanted to. Like if you live near the beach where at night it gets really windy. I don't know. I'm really in love with this pattern. And in case I didn't mention it before, this is the Chasing Rabbits top. And this was inspired by the song White Rabbit. It's from the band Jefferson Airplane. Yeah, it's from the band Jefferson Airplane. If you've never heard that song, I will link it up here for you and in the description box below. I just think it's a really, really fun song. Right, so this is the Chasing Rabbits top. So far, Even though I've used 3 colors to crochet this top, I really think that you can just crochet it in 1 color. However, for this one, I'm hesitant to recommend yarny substitutions because there is linen at play. And whenever you have linen at play, I feel that that limits the amount of substitutions that you can do just because linen tends to stretch a lot. But I'm loving this top. Hopefully, the next time we see each other in a monthly crafty wrap-up will be in June, at the end of June. So hopefully she'll be done by then. And if you go chasing rabbits, I absolutely love that the project matches the bag. Okay, my other work in progress is one that I'm not really going to talk about a lot because I'm doing a whole separate vlog on it, and that is the popcorn pullover. I finished my first popcorn pullover all the way back in 2017. It was probably like December 2017, something like that, and I fell in love with the pattern. It just looked so cute and summery that it's always been on the back of my mind to crochet another one, and I finally decided to sit down and do it with what I think is perfect yarn. And I know I say that, but you have to watch the vlog for my experiences with working with these 2 very different fibers together, because I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm working. I just pulled out 5 stitches. Okay. Alright. Right, so Clarissa, who would ever say you've been doing this for almost 10 years? So this is the popcorn pullover, and I'm using, as I said, 2 very different fibers to crochet this up. The gray speckled yarn, it's Barocco Splash. This is a 70% viscose, 30% cotton yarn, and it is also chain plied, so it is very, very drapey. And I am pairing it with an Ella Rae 75/25 merino organic wool and nylon. And I bought both of these yarns in Knitcessities, which is a yarn store in Orlando, which is gorgeous. You have to check out that yarn store. She just has a beautiful selection of anything you might need, actually. I think that was a project telling me that I should really work on it more. But as I said, the popcorn pullover will be a whole separate vlog, so you can look forward to that, and that one will be like in the middle of May. I'm thinking on the 17th of May that we can look forward to that. So Clarissa, that means you have to have done it, finished, okay, by the time. The other project that I'm not actively working on, but it is something that I will actively be working on throughout the year. I've already done a vlog about it, and it is our reading wrap. The idea... The timer is going to ring again in 5 minutes, but I just want to get through the reading wrap. So the reading wrap, the idea behind it is that I'm going to be adding or representing the books that I've read throughout the year into this little wrap. Now, it is definitely not as wide as I want it to be, which, you know, promises to be fun in terms of what type of border should we work into this reading wrap. Now here I've finished, each color represents a book, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've read 6 books, finished 6 books so far. Each white strip just is kind of to break up the books a little bit. So here we have Can't Spell Treason Without T, Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear, The Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love, The Spell Shop, Half a Soul, and this is the Ina Garten memoir. To this, I need to add a book that I finished by January Bell that I finished with you on the reading vlog, and I also need to add Braiding Sweetgrass because I finished listening to the audiobook but also reading it. I've now started Earl Crush. And here is a question that I have for you. Would you prefer that I update you on this reading wrap as I work on it? Or would you prefer that I do another vlog to update you on it so that we can discuss books we've read and also yarny stuff? So let me know, which would you prefer? Would you prefer reading wrap updates in the regular crafty chat? Or would you prefer reading wrap update in a separate vlog so that we can also discuss books? Let me know. Oh, I did not mention I'm using fingering weight yarn and a 3.5mm crochet hook. Now I'm trying to use stash as much as possible, but you know, I am allowing myself to buy mini skeins here and there because I'm not always gonna have yarn that's gonna match the book covers. And also, I should probably mention that I've been reading a ton, I'm allowed to say that, of Bucky Darcy fanfiction. If you don't know Marvel, Bucky is James Buchanan Barnes, the Winter Soldier, Captain America's best friend, and Darcy, it's Darcy Lewis. We first see her in Thor because she is Jane Foster's assistant, but personally, I just really like her character, and the two of them together, didn't know that was a fan fiction tag, but it is, and I've read so much of it that I feel that I need to represent them here as well, definitely. So even though I won't be representing them like in each of the stories that I've read, I will be choosing a color to represent Darcy and James Buchanan Barnes together. So there's that. You can, why not? Why not make a reading wrap covering all the fanfiction you've read? There's no law against that, okay? I'm trying to think if there's anything else crafty-wise that I wanted to chat to you about before we announce the winner for the Granny number 5 top. Now, because I'm recording this on the 24th of April, future me, editing me, will add the winner right here. Because remember, I gave you all until the 26th of April to enter the giveaway. So the winner is... And the Wheel of Fortune has chosen Judith Denise. Congratulations! Thank you so much for participating in the giveaway and commenting on my videos. If you will get in touch with me on the email that I will leave right here on the screen, it's on the screen, send me an email with your address and I will get that shipped out to you as soon as possible. Or, up to you, you can also just private message me on Instagram or Ravelry, whichever one of those you prefer. If, however, you already bought the Granny number 5 top and are only interested in the yarn to make it, then also let me know that and I can gift you another pattern and send the yarn your way as well. Clarissa of the future here because I cannot believe I forgot to mention the Summer Romance Make-Along. It's only a make-along that Claudia and I have been running for almost 10 years, since 2017. Now, the premise behind the Summer Romance Make-Along is that you choose a couple to represent a theme, and this year's theme is forced proximity. You can choose a couple from whatever medium, so like books, movies, TV shows, fan fiction, plays, anything like that. And as long as it fits the forced proximity theme and you represent them with a fiber of your choosing, you are welcome to participate in the Summer Romance Make-Along. This year, the running dates are the 11th of June, potentially the 31st of July. I'm going to get back to Claudia on that, or, you know, Claudia's going to get back to me on that. So all the dates will be confirmed in the community thread here on YouTube, on an Instagram story, as well as the Discord channel, because this year we're going to be running all the chatter on our Discord channel. And by ours, I mean the Crochet Cakes Discord server, because it's just easier to share pictures, participate, cheer each other on, and comment. So I hope that you join us this year for the Summer Romance Make-Along. I have a book in mind, and I would love to hear what books you're thinking of choosing for the Summer Romance Make-Along, or what movies, or whichever one of those. Now, before I leave for Japan, I will start the chatter thread for the Summer Romance Make-Along for 2025 so that we can just be participating over on the Discord server and creating a little bit of buzz. Okay, so that really is all the crochet content that I have for you today. As I said, I finished Braiding Sweetgrass and I found it to be a truly enjoyable book reflecting on the First People's teachings and just how we can approach life in general to live a more fulfilled life, but also to create a better world for our community. So I found it to be a very inspiring book. I think I already mentioned that. And in my newsletter, I even mentioned that for a book that was supposed to be a nature essay book, kind of, that's the category it was under, I cried so much. Yes, I'm a very emotional individual. And I've actually started the next book for my reading wrap, and it is Earl Crush. This one is a reread, but I had read the advanced reader copy edition first, and now I want to read the actual paperback book and fully review it and see how I feel about the book now versus how I felt about it when it first came out. So while I don't really have a little bit of a book chat to actually chat about, I can tell you that I've added 2 new books to my collection. I was at Ollie's Bargain Bin and they had 2 books that sounded very interesting. I'm gonna grab them. Okay. Woo. So the first one that just called to me is Back in a Spell. I mean, it's a witchy book and it was $3.99, so I thought, why not? Why not? The second book is the London Seance Society. The London Seance Society. And this one I purchased because it's by the author of The Lost Apothecary, and I really enjoyed reading The Lost Apothecary. Both novels are by Sarah Penner. The Lost Apothecary is a novel that is told from 2 main viewpoints, and then a third one is added, and each of the main viewpoints, one takes place in modern day London and the other one takes place in like the 18th century. So that is The Lost Apothecary. And the London Seance Society, I have no idea what it's about, but it was by her and I really enjoyed The Lost Apothecary, so I thought, why not? Let me read you the little blurb that it says here. 1873. At an abandoned chateau on the outskirts of Paris, a dark seance is about to take place, led by the acclaimed spiritualist Vaudeline Delire, known worldwide for her talent in conjuring the spirits of murder victims to ascertain the identities of the people who killed them. She is highly sought after by widows and investigators alike. So that is just a little piece of the blurb. Have you read either one of these books? And if you did you like them? Did you not like them? And why? Kind of a little bit of a book report. And always, if you do want to chat books, I do have a Discord server, and in the Discord server there is a channel all about books where we just share the books that we're reading and what we thought about them. So, you know, it's like a little informal book club, except that instead of choosing one book to read, we just comment on whatever book we're currently reading. So you are welcome to join us over there. What else can I tell you? It's just one of those things where you know stuff has happened. Like, you know you've done stuff, but then when you're gonna talk about it, it's, what did I do? Is this even interesting? Do I remember? And in this case, it's a, do I even remember what I did during this past month kind of thing. Ooh, went to the beach and I took some great pictures of my Malibu Barbie bralette paired with the Beachy Breezy Cardi. Both are designs by my friend Chelsea of Knitting Tipsy, and they pair beautifully together. Also, little side note, on that beach, I was collecting seashells to make myself a little pair of earrings. Well, really to ask Mom to make a pair of earrings for me. And I was just looking at the ocean and I was wondering, should I take these? Will you allow me to take these seashells to make myself some jewelry to remember the smell of ocean air. And as I was leaving with 2 seashells in my pocket, I stood on something that stung me, and it was so painful that I dropped the seashells because I was like, well, that is the biggest, clearest no you can ever receive from the universe. So I left the seashells, and then we made it back home. My husband's like, I think we should really go to urgent care. I'm like, no, I think it just really, really hurts, but once we take out whatever is in there, I'll be fine. It'll be fine. No, it kind of really wasn't. It started swelling a little bit, and then it was so unbearably itchy. And I called my doctor, and this is just a reminder that I should probably find another doctor, because anytime that I call her for emergencies, she's always busy, and she sends me to urgent care. And in urgent care, they're like, why are you here? You have a doctor. And I'm like, well, you know, my doctor sent me here, so. And don't even get me started on the price of urgent care and medical insurance, because I have a lot to say, and most of it ain't good. So, I should probably end the story by saying my foot is fine. It stopped itching 5 days in, I think, and the swelling started to go down 5 days in. And as far as we can tell, there's nothing in there. So, you know, all's well and ends well, I guess. I don't know. And on that high note, I am gonna let you go, and maybe you're gonna do a little bit of more crafting. Maybe you're gonna read a book. I don't know, but I'm going to let you go to do your thing, and I will meet you back here with another video pretty soon. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of crafty time with me, and I hope that in the next month you find a lot of moments for happy crafting. Bye!